So at this point, we have done make table queries and append queries, and we've also done delete queries. And what we're going to be working on now is an update query. And update queries are used to update values in more than one record. So we are going to go into Create and Query Design. They would like us to add the Fees SC Plans table. And then let's close. And before we add to the grid here, we can take a look at that table. And what they're going to have us do is add 4% to Plan A. So it's increasing the cost of Plan A, basically, by 4%. So we'll go back over to our query. Let's close out of our table here. We'll go back to the query. And we're going to add the plan field. And we're going to add the rate field. Plan is the field that we need criteria for because we only want to increase the rate for Plan A. So we're adding that because we need the criteria. And rate is the actual field that we are going to be increasing. So in the criteria row below plan, we are going to key in an A. And let's kind of click away because that is what should be in there. And before we change this to an update query, right now it's a select query. Before we change it to an update query, we are going to run it. Just so you can verify that the only thing that we would be changing is Plan A, because it would be a bit of a disaster if we changed everything. And so always a good idea before delete queries, update queries, that you do a select query first to make sure that everything that you think is going to happen is actually happening, and then you can change it to the update or delete. So we have verified this, and now we are going to change it to an update query because we need this update to row in order to do the rate increase. So we need to take the rate field, put that in brackets, multiply that by 1.04 to get that 4% increase. Then let's press the Enter key. And we're going to save this as rate update. And if you are concerned about messing this up, because it is hard to go back, it's impossible to go back and undo these changes. You end up having to type in the values all over again. What you can do is right-click on fees, that little table here, and copy it. And then we'll just right-click and paste. And we can call this thing Fees SC Plans Backup. Okay? And then you should see that here. That way, if you mess up, then you can just simply delete that one and rename this and use this. And it just gives you a little backup, just in case, not that anybody's going to mess up. But at this point, we are going to go ahead and run this. And just to take a look, we're expecting the values in rate to increase by 4%. So if we kind of take a mental note of what they are right now, let's close, and we're going to run this query. Go back into the queries design, save it and run it. You're about to update 4 rows, which is what we expect, so we're going to click yes. Okay, and at this point, we're going to open up the Fees SC Plans, and you can see that the values did increase. Okay, and at this point, it looks like it was successful, so you could delete the backup. Okay, there'd be no need for it at this point. Keep in mind that every time you run this update query, you are increasing rate. So typically these update queries are only run once. Okay, so I'm going to close out of that, close out of this one, and I'm going to delete my backup because I did not have a disaster.